Hello everybody and welcome back to another Transformers unboxing. See, now we're in a rhythm. Now we'll start doing them once a week for the next foreseeable future, barring any weird weeks that may come up and shank me in the back or whatever it's going to do. So that's life. Anyways, today's bot, I think I mentioned last week that he's related to one I did not that long ago. I think 6 or 7 reveals ago. This guy is part of a team of robots. He fits in with 4 other team members, and together they form a large robot named Defensor. Can you guess who it is? It's one of the legs. It's the other leg, actually. So far we've done the first leg. This will be the second leg. And without further ado, it is the Autobot Groove. Like I said, Groove is a member of the Protectobots, 5 Autobots, 5, that form the giant robot Defensor. And I'm not going to go over it too much because I've already, the other bot that I revealed was named Streetwise. He is a robot that turns into a police car and forms one of the legs of Defensor, and Groove forms the other leg of Defensor. So I'm going to post a link in the description of this video just for Streetwise's video, because I'm not going to post any video footage of the Protectobots and Groove in action, because I found that the Protectobots and Defensor in particular were very underutilized in the Transformers cartoon. They didn't come along till later in the series, but even once they were introduced, I found that there's not a lot of footage of them. They didn't get used that much as they should have been. So have a look at the Streetwise video if you don't remember it, and you'll see Defensor and the Protectobots in action. And Streetwise and Groove actually have a little more coverage in that video than the other 3 do. So you'll be able to at least get a look at him in action and stuff. So Groove he kind of reminds me of the Autobot Beachcomber, who I revealed even longer ago than Streetwise. Beachcomber was kind of like a hippie, like, oh, I love the nature and the birds, and he was kind of off on his own as a lone wolf. Groove is very much the same. He's less hippie-ish maybe, but he loves more so being alone, off on his own, cruising down the highway in motorbike mode, on the open highway all alone under the blue sky, whatever. Like, that's kind of his personality. Now, it doesn't interfere with his duties, of course. He's also very dedicated towards the Autobot cause, and especially his 4 comrades in the Protectobots, so that's not an issue. He's always ready to do what has to be done in terms of protecting humanity and the Earth and the Autobot way of life, but he is more of a lone wolf and that sort of thing. So now, let's have a look at his G1 toy right now. As you can see, very simple, just a few movements to transform Groove. I actually have his G1 toy, and it's just like you pull the front wheel up, you flip it around to the back, you pull his feet down, you flip his arms up. Like, it's very simple. And it's also very simple, like, once you have him in robot mode, there's not many more moves you have to do to put him into foot mode to put him on to Defensor. So they were very simple transformations on the Protectobots in the G1 mode, all 4 of the limbs. Hotspot, the body was a little more complex because he was bigger and there were more movements to do to get him into Defensor mode, but these limbs, these smaller guys, were all very simple. Now, I'm expecting this one to not be so simple. Obviously, this one is going to look awesome. It's going to be more of a true representation of G1 Groove. If you remember correctly, if I remember correctly, I don't think I got Streetwise fully into his car mode. I may have, but I have a feeling that transformation didn't go the way I wanted it to. So hopefully we can get Groove. Hopefully he comes in motorcycle mode, and then I can just change him into robot mode, and it'll be easy. But if he does come in robot mode, I'll try to get him into motorbike mode. We'll see how it goes if that's the case. And yeah, fingers crossed. But let's get him out of the package, see what he looks like, and we'll take it from there. Autobot Groove, or Jokund, as they call him. Remove the X-Transbot's seal of approval there. And I do believe he is in robot mode, unfortunately. Yes. Damn it. Oh well. As per the usual, we've got an instruction booklet. Oh, X-Transbot's preview. Oh my goodness. This has, oh Lord. I'm not even going to show this to you because I plan on getting all of these guys. Actually, I already have one of them on the way right now. Oh my God, they got him too. Oh Jesus. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble here. There is lots of stuff coming. That's going to be awesome. Most of them I already knew about, but to see them in an actual booklet, like these are actually going to be coming, is pretty fantastic. So preview, I'm gonna leave it a mystery. Anyways, instruction booklet, character card. We got some accoutrements. I got a blaster, a head. Actually, we got 3 alternate heads for whatever reason. How many facial expressions can Groove possibly have? Apparently 4. So there we got some extra heads. Oh. So here he is, Groove in his Autobot form. Obviously looks pretty cool, right? Looks very, very awesome. And very G1. But we will try to get him transformed. Fingers crossed. And yeah. Because, I mean, most of the Autobots are cars and whatever, but there's very few planes and motorcycles and stuff like that. So I really would like to get him into motorcycle mode and see what he looks like. But in a couple seconds, you're going to find out if it worked or not. Well, as you can see, I was stymied very early on in the transformation process, and I probably could have pushed it further and maybe gone and got a tool to kind of help it along, but it was right off the hop. Like, you're supposed to, the fuel tank is back in there and you're supposed to be able to fold it down and back is basically the first step. And I could get it to budge a little bit, but I couldn't get it out of the socket and pull it down like it's supposed to. And everything you're trying to grab onto here to try and peel it off, like, there's no real easy way to do it, and you feel like you're gonna pull like the handlebars off or these parts off or whatever, right? So I was like, you know what, before I push this too hard, get frustrated and peel pieces of this thing off that are never gonna be able to go back on, I'm just gonna call it a day, right? And to be honest, I've probably become a little quicker to give up on transformations as we've gone on here, just because, like I said, I keep them in robot mode. That's the main thing I'm interested in. So if I can't get them into vehicle mode, it's not the end of the world. They're just going right back into robot mode anyways to go on the shelf. So it's kind of like, well, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? So there are some characters probably that I would press harder than others to get into vehicle mode, just because they're maybe my favorite characters and I love their alt mode. Like Optimus Prime, obviously I would try as hard as possible to get him into truck mode because he's Optimus Prime. Wheeljack, Hound, like the guys I'm really fond of, right? Now, this guy is an X-Transbot's toy, just like Streetwise was, of course. And I do love X-Transbots. I find after the Masterpiece brand, they are my next favorite, and it's very tight, that race. But I also find they have the hardest transformations and probably the biggest failure rate amongst all the different brands of Transformers that I've bought. So their transformations are a little tighter, a little more intricate. and a little tougher. So I always go into an X Transbots kind of with that feeling of I'm probably not going to get this transformed. And like I've always said, I wish they would all come in their alternate mode in the box, and then because it's a lot easier to transform them into robot mode rather than into vehicle mode, because in vehicle mode you're basically collapsing the robot into a tighter mode, whereas when you're transforming them into robot mode, you're expanding things, you're taking them out and making them kind of limbs and stuff. Like, they're not going into a tight package. That's harder than taking them apart, right, sort of thing. So if only they'd come in their robot or their alt mode in the box, I'd be able to snap some pics and then get them transformed in robot mode, snap some pics, and we're done. It's easy peasy, right? It's only one transformation. It's usually easier, and you get everything done that you want to get done. So unfortunately, that's not the case in this situation, but that being said, he looks amazing. There's not too many gold in Transformers toys, so I was pleased to see that they had the gold on Groove. He's got real rubber tires. Like, the tires look awesome. The rims are really detailed. You know, he's got the exhaust pipes. He's got the cool head, the visor or whatever, the windshield on the motorcycle, and then the headlights back there. Like, everything on this thing looks quality and fantastic. There's a lot of metal in there, not just plastic, so he's pretty heavy duty for a smaller character. The only thing that I'm a little put off about, and it's not a big deal, is that most of it, like the front part of the motorcycle, the back part, it's all kind of this off-white, dirty white color. And then his arms, for some reason, are this really white, vibrant kind of white color. So it looks a little weird, you know, seeing that and then seeing the rest of them, right? So, but minor detail in my opinion. I don't get hung up about stuff like that. It's just something I noticed that seemed a little weird, right? So that's the only thing, other than not being able to get him transformed, that's really the only thing I noticed that was kind of a little bit off. So fantastic character. I love him. I can't wait to add him to the shelf. On his box, there's a preview. I don't know if you can see it in the video, if it's in the right direction, but there is a preview on which Protectobot they're releasing next. So it is one of the arms. It's not the big guy in the middle. It is one of the arms. I'm not going to tell you which because it'll be a surprise. And I have no idea when he's supposed to be released, but needless to say, when he is, I'm going to get him, and then that'll be 3 of these guys down. But for now, you'll have to settle for just Streetwise and Groove. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back next week with, I'm trying to think who's next. Unless I get a new arrival in the mail over the next week. Next week's character is one of my favorite characters. He's got a whole bunch of personality. He's from the original, the G1 toy line. He's one of the Microbots, one of the little guys, but he's actually a lot bigger than a Microbot size robot was. So it's a little deceiving, but he is a lot of fun. I can't wait to get him done next week, and I'll leave you on that suspenseful note. You'll just have to wait, and I'll just have to wait too. So I'm just as excited as you are. Till next time.